The year is 1997. You're sitting on your couch after just watching the latest episode of Seinfeld when a commercial comes on. You cannot believe your eyes. Will Smith graces the giant glowing box in your living room with his presence. And no, it's not another Fresh Prince rerun. Actually, this time, he decided he loved making movies with aliens threatening to destroy life as we know it so much that he teamed up with legendary actor Tommy Lee Jones to make another one, but with a delicious buddy cop twist this time. So what are you gonna do? Why, you're gonna rush over to the theater and buy yourself some damn tickets, of course. You'll never need another Will Smith movie again. As a matter of fact, kick them all out. And now that they're gone, you're gonna go in town to the movie theater, get yourself a nice seat, get yourself some snacks, you know, maybe a soda, and then, hire a decorator to come in here quick, because damn, you're gonna be one big Will Smith fan after this one.
Why does my head hurt?
What happened? Someone yell flashbang?
Mop.
No.
Mop.
All right, so what are we doing here tonight?
We watched the blockbuster film Men in Black.
Yes.
Yes. I did watch that 5 hours ago. That was pretty good.
Have not watched it in.
I have thoughts. I definitely have thoughts.
Oh yeah, and so does Devin. Devin's got
Many
lots of thoughts.
Does
all
he?
the thoughts
Swirling around in his head.
It's like
there's lots of swirling. I don't know if they're thoughts.
It's like watching, like a vending machine, an icy machine, like stir them, the mixture. It's like, that's my thoughts. It's just
that's oddly satisfying to look at. I'm not going to lie to you. Something about it's very peaceful.
About a movie that I've definitely seen recently and not 20 times while I was 6.
Have I ever told you I hated you?
Indeed, you have.
Okay, good.
It's okay. I've seen the movie at least
Justin,
30
what
times.
do you think?
To be fair, I've seen the movie 30 fucking times in my childhood.
Oh, yeah? Name one Men in Black. You love Men in Black so much? Name 5 of them.
Okay. That's one of them.
Yeah, I said 5. That's not 5 yet.
Hug.
Not a Man in Black.
He's part of the organization, though.
Not in this movie.
He does become the leader at one point. He wears a suit and everything.
Yeah, but that's not this movie.
You're right. The clearly Hispanic aliens going, hey, drinking coffee. And smoking Marlboros.
I'm gonna be real.
You know what? Do they count as 4 individuals, or they kind of function as one individual entity? I feel
we
like
function as one individual entity.
Are you okay?
That blaster was set to stun.
No, I have a stroke. Your neuralizer stun locked me. Sorry.
Quick hit a combo.
Wait, how do you remember that?
Saying?
Justin, look here real quick.
Yeah.
Bing.
What was I saying? What are we doing here?
You were giving me your thoughts on Men in Black.
Right. Like the movie, still kind of holds up. Semi shorter than I remember it being, but that's fine. This movie, one has a lot more cursing than I remember as a little kid. And also, I don't know if this is just me becoming an adult and having a difference in taste than compared to when I was a little kid. But this movie's a lot grosser than I remember. There is an abundance of alien body fluid just everywhere in this goddamn movie.
Could be more.
And it is genuinely gross.
Could definitely be worse, but there is an overabundance of
Justin,
it.
have you ever seen Starship Troopers? Let's talk about alien blood. Anyways, going on, since we already covered that movie.
Were you done? More or less?
Kind of.
Okay.
I'll come up with something more in the future.
I do really like this movie. It has been a hot minute since I went out of my way to watch it, because it's just not a movie that shows up on TV, nor do I watch TV anymore in the first place.
I feel like we mostly get like Men in Black 2 on TV if we get it at all. Maybe it's just me.
Maybe. I don't know. Again, I don't watch TV like ever anymore.
Is mind-boggling.
Are we making a 4th one?
Well,
Assuming
technically it already
3?
has been made.
Oh wait, hold on. Wait, you're right.
But it was a Men in Black movie. It was called International.
Right. Okay. So it was 1 and 2. There was a 3rd one. Did the 3rd one have Will Smith in it?
Yes. The third,
And then the fourth
all
one
three,
is
all
with
three originals have the
Will Smith.
standard Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones cast.
And the fourth one is that new girl and what I think is Thor's actor
Chris Hemsworth.
or his brother. It's
It's
one of those
Chris
Hemsworth
Hemsworth.
brothers. I don't remember which one.
Was it the other
it was
one?
Chris Hemsworth.
Or was it Chris?
It was
Oh,
Thor.
okay.
It was Chris Hemsworth.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so they took them they picked them up right out of Ragnarok and dropped them into this movie
Nice. That's good casting.
along with Liam Neeson.
Ooh, I like that even more.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly. I am very confident I watched this movie. I could not tell you a damn thing about it. International, that is.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say that, Christian.
No.
What do you mean? We're
not
doing a podcast about it right now. What the hell?
We're not talking.
We're
I'm not
talking
talking about Men in
about
Black.
future Men in
I'm tangenting off to International really quickly just to say that I'm pretty confident I watched that movie and I don't remember a damn thing about it.
I definitely saw like the first maybe 10 minutes. Don't know where, but
I just
vivid
went out of
memory of
my
it.
way not to watch it because I looked at it and went, yep, I can tell the plot of this already. Not going to do it.
That's fair.
It's just,
wise guy.
Given by how little I remember of it,
it feels like I'm not missing out on much.
that stands on its own. No, I'm sure nobody is, given that like none of the original cast is in it. So anyway, back to the one we did watch that we all definitely watched.
I mean, I watched
I
it.
didn't just show up last minute and forget that we were recording and I was supposed to watch this earlier when I was working on a lawnmower.
I mean, to be fair, you showed up before the one who did watch it, so
At least I was on time.
Yeah,
That's gotta
it's
count
proof
for
that I
something,
actually
right?
watched my movie because that's
Well,
what
I wouldn't go so far as saying
I
on
was
time.
more
Let's not
on
get crazy
timer
here.
than him.
you were, yeah, that.
Well, that's because I watched my movie. You didn't, so you didn't have anything to
doubt
hold you down.
There are no strings on me. So,
Kankuro?
what?
The puppet guy from Naruto. Kankuro.
Oh,
No strings on me.
I heard Conqueror, and I was like, "What does hockey have to do with this?"
So
There are so
anyways,
many wires
this
getting
is how
crossed
the
right now.
One Piece universe
Holy
is tied
shit.
into Men in Black.
Men in Black.
I mean, it has come out a year
Snail
after, so
transponders? Nah, more like aliens from space. Where's the marble at? That's what the poneglyphs are made of.
Devin's cooking here. He's
Marbles
making
with
sense.
universes in them.
Devin makes sense. This all just supports my theory that we're going to space in One Piece. I believe this firmly. We're gonna go to the moon.
We already
Yeah,
have.
they've already gone to the moon.
The Straw Hats haven't, but One
Well,
Piece
that's what I'm saying. Like, the
characters
Straw
have.
Hats are gonna go to the moon. They got to reunite with Enru.
Nah, he's having a good old time. We don't need to bother him anymore.
Yeah, he's hanging
Who
out with
bothered
the
him
Toy
the first
Story
time?
Anyway,
gang.
this is not a fucking One Piece cast, all right? We're talking about Men in Black, for fuck's sake. Do you guys have nothing else to say about Men in Black? Is that why you
Honestly,
keep doing
there's
this?
a lot of like, it depends where do we want to start with Men in Black. Like, do we start from the beginning? Are we gonna?
I want to start with the fact that this movie goes on for like 35 minutes before we actually get him like out and about fighting alien stuff. Will Smith, Jay, that is.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I remember just looking down at the timer bar, like they're in the tunnel. Fuck, what's it called? The
Sewer?
No. I mean like the agency that in New York that they added whatever the building that they go into with the MIB agents and stuff. Like he's in there taking all his tests
The
and
best
shit,
part
and he
of the
passes.
movie, to be fair.
I agree. That
it's
test
good.
scene was really funny.
It's funny. I enjoy the first test, the written part where they're
Where he's
all
dragging
struggling
the
to
table
like.
over to them.
Yeah, he drags the table over, but not before you get an uncomfortable like 2 or 3 minutes of all these jar heads fucking don't know how to write on anything. They're like, I cross my leg and like try to write on my. All right,
Well,
that
okay,
doesn't
hold on.
work.
They
And then I'm
tried,
gonna
but
go.
then they were like fucking ripping the paper, poking holes in it.
Breaking
All
their
right.
pencils.
I understand their struggle. I'm
Well,
convinced that was
only
part
Will
of the
Smith
test the
did
entire time.
He
was
snapped it
part of their
immediately
test.
while he was opening the test book. By the way, like he rips the test book open because it's taped on the side, so you got to open it. And I don't know, he's got using 10 tons of force. He rips the pencil across the tape.
Yeah, I
and
don't know
it
what the fuck
breaks
that was
the
on about.
pencil somehow.
That man's got some stress he needs to work out.
The
He's
fact that he
gripping
tried-
that a
he's
little
got
too
a
tight.
problem.
They tried to use the pencil in 2 pieces at the same time.
Honestly, I was making fun of him, but also in reality, I would kind of be like that too. My brain would just be like, I need my whole pencil to write.
He was nervous.
Exactly. Also, I'm not going to lie. the fucking goon on his left, the other black guy, I think it was like he said he was Army Special Forces. One, I would laugh at that guy too. Second,
Same.
he was kind of cooking with the idea of writing on the inside of the chair. I don't know why anybody didn't think they could just stand up and write on any other surface, but I digress.
It's because, they got to think outside the box. That's what the test was about, even though...
Except they never left the box.
Even though the test that they were probably doing was like, what's 2 + 2? How many crayons can you eat in an hour?
They're all military, so they like adhere to strict rules or whatever. So they probably just didn't want to like step out of line and go and do anything else. Maybe, I don't know. They're very disciplined, so they didn't want to.
Also, it's been a long time since I've seen this movie. When Will Smith walks into the testing room, I definitely thought every other veteran in that room was like a paid actor. I was like, yo, this is all a setup. They're all in on it. They all know this is a test for Jay, and that's it.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit. Not even close.
They were actually all there, recruited by who the fuck knows?
I think it was government mandated was the reason.
Maybe.
Some recruiting officer was like, yo, you got a test in Manhattan. Good luck.
Yeah, they really got suckered in on that one.
We're going to be the best of the best of the best of the best, sir.
It's
looks at Will Smith with a shit-eating grin.
I would have giggled too. Absolutely. He's right. Like nobody knows what they're really here for. The guy just makes a general statement, which is like kind of true, but he doesn't know exactly what he's arguing for. So he just...
The gun range, though. Oh,
the gun range seems
so
great.
He just got a runny nose.
He did, yeah. I just realized he wasn't roaring at all. He just had to sneeze.
But a little girl in the ghetto with quantum physics books,
surrounded by a bunch of monsters with quantum physics books. You know she's not that smart. This is clearly
Will Smith was right on the money with that one. That girl, sus.
It's true. I feel like that should be a legitimate part of their test going forward.
That is a massive red flag, and you can't convince me otherwise.
I agree.
Little Molly walking down the hood with her fucking quantum physics textbook. Who are you trying to fool?
That's what I'm saying, man. They doubted my mans, but Jay knew.
Trying to make him seem crazy. Like, you shot a little girl. I'm like, did I? Are we sure she's a little girl?
The first introductory scene we get of Jay chasing down the bug criminal, he looks like a criminal himself. he's got a white t-shirt on and an orange jumpsuit.
He looks
that's
like he
pulled
just
down to his
like
waist and tied
like
off,
doing like trash for like a day or something like that.
Yeah, and then made a break for it, but his friend ran faster, so he just
you know what he looks like? He looks like a cop in 2023 trying to be undercover, and he just doesn't know how to be an average civilian anymore. Like you just walk past him and you say hello, officer, and he raises his head, and you're like, fucking sucker, you're a fooling nobody.
Hold on, continuing off of the like that scene of like the bug chase, like where he's like first the monster thing, like what doesn't he like run like climb the building or something like that?
Oh,
that like he
that was so funny
off and kills himself. Seems kind of odd.
Well, the guy, I don't know, the bug just didn't want to be on the planet because for some reason, or not a bug, but alien. The aliens all know that for some reason that one alien species is coming to murder everybody for some reason.
Like roaches have had enough of our shit.
That's the weirdest part of this movie that just kind of feels like it doesn't make really sense. Doesn't. Where all of these aliens just know for some reason that there's about to be a war or a species coming to Earth to absolutely annihilate it, so they're trying to leave. Makes no sense. There's no reason they should know. The MIB didn't even know there was a bug on the planet, let alone the galaxy and the people defending it. Doesn't make no sense.
It's like, I mean, it makes sense to me because, you know, you go to the streets and the streets know things because the streets talks to the streets, right? But the ops, they don't know shit, right? They're coming around, look for information. You're like, nah, I ain't no snitch. I don't know nothing.
Wasn't in the streets. He was in the fucking boonies.
Well,
listen,
I mean,
man,
he
where
made
he
his
gets
way
around
to the streets eventually, but like some of these there are bugs from literally all over the country. It's not even just New York bug, or I keep calling them bugs. There's only one
Most
bug.
Most of them look like bugs.
All the aliens. I mean, that's just kind of like a product of them.
Let's be real.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not their title. I'm not trying to misappropriate their identity. That's all.
He's trying not to be racist here.
But we don't even know what their race is.
We know they're not roaches, Devin, and that's enough. That's the bare minimum we can do tonight.
Was.
So anyway, all of these aliens from across the country, nay, even the entire world, know that this is about to happen. And the MIB's just like, what's going on? Why are all the aliens leaving?
This makes sense to me.
It makes no goddamn sense.
No, it makes sense to me perfectly. It sounds exactly how our government operates. Government's like, what's going on over there?
I think they're smarter than you think they are.
I think the MIB have proven that is not correct.
But anyways.
So yeah, the roaches have had enough of our shit. That motherfucker's angry. He said, yo, you killed my 5th cousin removed, my auntie, my great grandma from my great auntie side of the family. I've had it. The roaches were uprising, and I can kind of support that.
And then they do.
What part are we talking about now? I am so confused.
We was just talking generally about the actual bug creature being
because I thought we were still talking about the police chase and how.
No, we're done with that. That guy killed himself because he knew that he wasn't going to get away. That if they locked him up, he wasn't going to be able to get away from the Earth annihilating aliens. So he just killed himself because he'd rather die.
Devin brought it up. I do want to talk about that scene of him crawling up I don't know if it's the Guggenheim or the Modern Museum of Art, whichever one it is. I couldn't help but laugh at like how dated the effect was, because you could just clearly tell that like he's being, roped up just really quickly by either a machine or a crew or whatever. Because he's literally like, it's almost like he's kind of like jumping, like he's like skipping up the wall. When you look at it, you could just tell like, oh, it's movie magic or whatever for the time. It's just really funny watching it seem so dated.
Oh yeah, I love looking at like old effects and seeing how they did them.
Like 5-year-old you had no clue, but you at 20 or whatever, you're like, wow, I see right through this shit. You can't fool me.
Some things don't hold up amazingly, but I think other things do pretty well.
Oh yeah,
I'm not hating. I just love it. It's just funny to look at.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, watching that one alien get his fucking head exploded and then grow back.
that shit took me off guard. I'm like, God damn. Fucking Tommy Lee Jones is crazy. He's just fucking blasting goons who don't answer. God damn. And then his head grows back. I'm like, oh, okay.
I love the Jay says something along the lines of like, look, he's in a mood right now where he's like he's feeling some type of way, and then the jewelry alien's like, he always feels like that. This is what he always looks like. And then he gets blasted.
Oh God.
So something that I didn't remember from the last time I watched this is that Men in Black falls under the Marvel umbrella.
Huh?
Did you guys not see that in the beginning of the comic? Or not the comic, the beginning of the movie?
That wasn't Stanley.
This movie has... Yeah, no, I know. It was Tommy Lee Jones, disappointingly enough. This is before the time where Stan Lee made an appearance in every single Marvel movie. Yeah, this movie has an absurdly long like opening credit sequence with that dragonfly flying around. It's like 3 or 4 minutes. It kind of started annoying me actually. But somewhere in there, kind of towards the end, if I remember correctly, shut up. Somewhere towards the end of that, it says Marvel Comics production.
What the hell?
Which I did know Men in Black was a short comic series. I did not realize. Okay, so I had to look it up. Is what I'm getting to, and it was originally published under this thing called Aircell Comics, which I didn't look into. So if you know Aircell Comics, congratulations.
Sounds like a new term for incel.
You need to stop. So Aircell would eventually be bought out by Malibu Comics, which again, I have no idea what the relevance to Malibu Comics is. But then Malibu Comics would be bought by Marvel Comics. So I think that was it. It was like 1994 or something like that. The original Men in Black comics were 1990, and then the series of buyouts happened, and in 1994 Men in Black fell under the Marvel umbrella, and in 1997 they would film Men in Black, the first movie.
Interesting. So the question is where does it sit in the Marvel universe? Like, like, does the MIB know about Thor? Does Thor know about MIB?
I mean, Thor's in MIB.
What did you? Oh, right, yeah. Thor and Valkyrie are in Men in Black now. Right.
The real question is this like pre-Thanos snap? Does like where do they sit on the timeline? Like the Thanos snap?
Well,
like,
the
just fuck
version of
everything
them
up
that
for
we
them?
see is probably pre-snap because this is Ragnarok era.
This
So-
could also be an alternate universe, because of Doctor Strange and everything. So
Yeah, this is some forgotten universe that none of the heroes
existed or have powers or
exist in or have gone to yet. So basically,
so where's Groot?
yeah, we could. Where is Groot? Those four little alien things. They look like tree branches if you kind of squint and forget the fact that they can
And smoke
talk.
cigarettes.
Yeah, and
When you
pour
say
coffee.
talk, this is something I need to clarify. I know I've heard them say English words clearly, but are they always talking English?
No, they're
No.
definitely
Okay,
speaking
okay.
a different language, like for a majority of the
Okay,
time.
just need
But
that
then they go,
clarified. So they're Italian.
no, they are
Got it.
definitely not Italian. I'm pretty sure the demographic is supposed to be Latin, if I remember correctly, from forever ago in my memory. I also definitely watched this movie today.
I'm definitely going with
Right.
Italian, so proven otherwise.
I just remember like seeing them like in other movies, or if it was in this one, like when they're walking around, they're always carrying like several cartons of cigarettes. Like it's never just like one.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
like 30 at least.
Well, my
Coffee and
favorite.
cigarettes out in the break room sounds Italian enough to me.
They're all deadbeat dads.
No.
I rest my case, Your Honor.
Yeah, my favorite is in this movie where Z is in headquarters talking about how all the aliens are ungrateful bastards and are all evacuating the planet. And the four aliens, those guys start wandering through the main hallway. And one of them's got like a suitcase. The other is holding like a pack of cigarettes. The other's got like a trolley. He's got like a hand truck of Marlboros.
That's what I'm talking about, like Marlboros.
He's got a hand truck of Marlboro packs.
The only thing they forgot is the milk, but they probably got it in the coffee.
Yeah, it's in the coffee. Kid's just gonna have to deal with it.
Wait, hold on. I'm thinking. I'm cooking with something.
Go on.
So the leader of MIB in this era is Z,
This is
aka Zed, right? Right.
Yeah. Please don't.
Oh, I am. One Piece Film Z, also known as Film Z, because of Zed in Film Z. I'm thinking there's a connection there,
I didn't
guys.
see the film, so I don't know what
One
you're talking
Piece
about.
came
about.
out a
Don't-
year before Men in Black. Like,
This movie
This-
or Film Z did not come out a year before.
no, you're right. But Men in Black came out a year after the One Piece manga originated. So I'm thinking they're all connected, man. That's all I'm
So
saying.
you think Oda planned this 15 years into the
I
future?
mean, I believe that
He's
Buggy the
planned his
Clown was
entire
an
series
alien.
15 years in the future or past, both, whatever.
No, not really what we're saying, Devin, but I appreciate the input nonetheless.
Tell me I'm wrong. Name where do clowns come from?
Clown College,
Where
My
is
fucking
Clown
nightmares.
College in the One Piece universe?
Justin's nightmares. Yeah. So
Show us on the balloon
there's your fun-
animal where
there-
the clown touched you, Justin.
there's your fun fact. Marvel, the Men in Black are in the Marvel universe,
And they're also definitely in the One Piece universe. You heard it
and
here
they're
first.
totally in the One Piece universe. Yeah. There's also an animated series, by the way.
I do remember
after
that,
this
actually.
movie
That was
came out.
really fun,
I remember
from what I
that,
remember.
watching it as a kid.
There was also
All, like, 12
a
episodes of it.
What was the other show? It was a Godzilla show, I believe. Like similar art style.
I
Godzilla.
remember a Ghostbusters
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was
one.
Godzilla.
Don't remember that.
It came out around the same time as that Men in Black one, if I remember. Or at least it was like aired in reruns at the same time.
Godzilla cartoon.
Early 2000s were wild.
I would have been all
Yeah.
over that shit. I have no idea what you're talking about.
There's definitely a Godzilla cartoon. It was on Nickelodeon. It would air in
Are you talking
proximity
about
to Men in
Reptar?
Black. No.
That's Rugrats.
I definitely know who Reptar is, and I definitely know who Godzilla is. Those are not the same people.
That's why I was like
Holy,
I'm trying to piece together like what the fuck you're smoking.
holy shit, Justin's right.
Hold up. I need to
Thank
Google
you.
this myself.
Godzilla animated series started in 98. Only ran for 2 years. I don't know what I don't know what channel it ran on, but
I remember that now.
I never heard of this. No good. You don't even.
I remember it.
That's why he didn't remember it before.
Because it's based off of
he pushed it out of his memory.
The shittiest Godzilla film there is.
Surely that's not true.
That is 100% fact.
Well, this came out in 98, so whatever the movie was based on was, let's say, 96, right?
It was the worst. They even had Taco Bell commercials for it, and I remember it, and it was awful.
But we had like the ones in the 2010s, and those were bad. Surely couldn't have done worse than those.
You don't know how wrong you are.
Clearly, I don't.
Can we talk about that morgue worker? Not the woman. We can get to her in a minute. But the guy,
the receptionist
at the front desk,
if you will,
who swatting the flies is like, sure, whatever. Like, of course you're gonna do that. Who expects a weird looking guy who looks like he had 6 strokes but still hasn't gone to the hospital and is standing in front of you? You swat the flies, sure, you don't want to be bothered. But then he slams his hand on the table and cockroaches starts crawling out of his sleeves, right? And you're still just not paid enough to deal with this. So much so to the fact that you just, instead of being afraid or even mildly worried, and because you live in New York City, you just reach under the counter and dual wield your Raid cans, and go to just spray the cockroaches that came out from this man's sleeves. He just owns them like he's that guy from Naruto. What was that dude's name?
Ino?
No, Ino's the girl.
Bug guy Naruto. Shino. Yeah, like this dude is some fucked up version of Shino who, like, in a bad timeline where all Shino's...
Hold on. I would argue that Shino is a fucked up version of Shino. This man has fucking like open cavities where bugs just crawl in and out of him at will.
Yeah, but this guy smells like looks like a rotting corpse. Shino,
well, that's because he's wearing a rotting corpse.
Shino at least looks like a normal person.
Do we even know that? All we see is a dude in a trench coat, sunglasses, and that's about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's covering up the holes that the bugs crawl in and out of.
He's covering up everything, man. We don't know what's under there.
Bugs.
Jokes on us. Shino is just the alien from the beginning of the movie with the head on a pole, and he's just pretending to know Spanish.
Coolest alien by a long shot, because they actually had I'm pretty sure they had a practical robot for that thing for a good chunk of it. There's a couple I've seen the behind the scenes. There's some practical elements of it
for that specific alien,
for the while it's talking before it goes roid rage,
sure, and it's just standing there talking.
Why did it go? Okay, sense. Sorry, we skipped this part. We'll get back to it, but I do want to know why did he just go fucking goblin mode, morbid? Why did he morb out?
Saw him.
Well, yeah, the officer saw him in his true form. Someone that wasn't an MIB agent who already knows about aliens, I guess.
Because they're supposed to be secret.
Feels kind of weird.
I mean, name a part of this movie that isn't fucking weird.
That's right. But since we're here, I do want to talk about the opening scene. I did not remember immigration being such a key
That's all MIB
concept in this movie.
They're literally just immigration, but for space.
You're right, but little younger me did not pick up on that in the slightest.
Side note, clearly there's a tie-in for Lilo and Stitch, that Agent Bubbles.
I agree with this. Nope, this makes sense. I agree.
I mean,
I'm still lost.
Remember Lilo and Stitch, the first movie? The big cool dude?
Oh, I didn't know. I don't think I watched any Lilo and Stitch movies.
It has bubbles tattooed on his fingers.
Fuck, Christian. Hold on. No. We gotta take a moment to address this. What the fuck do you mean you didn't watch Lilo and Stitch?
I
didn't say Lilo and Stitch. I said Lilo and Stitch movies.
There's only the one.
So how the fuck did you start? Hello? You're gonna tell me you just jumped into the animated series on Disney and didn't watch any of the fucking movies?
Probably, yeah. I think
You're
so.
You're a fucking animal.
I have to agree with Justin on this one. You're a goddamn animal. How did you not see the first one at least?
I don't know.
Masterpiece.
I don't know that I could even tell you if I watched it or not. I don't remember anything about it. If I did or not.
A tragedy.
I know I watched some of the show. I don't know if I watched the movie or not.
Well, movie night. Next one. Because
Actually, though, we need to address this immediately.
This
I'm going to the server right after this, I swear.
Oh, I won't be there. You can,
Well, I
you
meant
can
like
watch
to
it on
like
your own.
arrange it.
Oh, that's fine.
Hold on. I don't know when this is gonna come out, but this upcoming Fridays are 12-hour
There are
hangout
no time
palooza.
slots to watch Lilo and Stitch in.
We're gonna make one. Jordy, whatever movie you put on there, fuck
You're
it. We're watching
thinking
Lilo
that
and
Jordy's
Stitch.
gonna edit this like today.
He might. We don't know that. We
Dylan-
don't know. We don't know anything.
Dylan tends to pump these out pretty quickly. Will he do it today or tomorrow? Probably not.
We have
Also,
no
He
idea.
never listens. He just slip, slap, boom, done.
He listens
He
enough,
skims.
allegedly.
He does the anime skim where if he hears something exciting or he looks at the waveforms, he'll pick something out. Anyway,
Back to Men in Black.
Right, for the 80th time. Damn, there was something. Do you know what the biggest mystery of all in this movie is? Frank the Pug.
What is he?
How so?
I want to know what alien he is. I want to
I think
know what
Part of
he's
me just
doing.
wonders if
He-
I
all
he's
want
a
to know
pug,
who
bro.
are aliens.
I want to know who
That-
the guy
that's-
is.
No, Devin's right. That's it. All
But like
pugs
at
are
the
aliens.
same time, like
And
my
right, but,
girlfriend
like-
has a pug, so I've seen that thing like exist, and she's like 80 years old. Like I'm convinced that all pugs are aliens, and I think that's what Frank is. He's just an alien. That's what pugs are.
You won't hear any
it's like
arguments from me.
someone took like the spark notes of what a dog is and like shape shifted it, and boom, pug.
I mean, structurally speaking, a pug shouldn't
It-
exist / survive. Like it can't even fucking breathe properly due to its structure. Like
Do you want
That's
to
an
hear?
alien, bro.
Do you
You
want to
can't convince
have
me otherwise.
an animal in your vicinity that has an asthma attack as it sits down? Get a pug.
It sounds
That's what a
horrifying.
pug sounds
I'm pretty
like.
sure pugs suffer from sleep apnea. I'm
100% they
convinced.
do.
Mm-hmm.
And furthermore, like who's the guy?
Like the owner. Did we even see the owner?
I mean, it's not
Or-
even like might not even be the owner. He's just like some stoner guy who's sitting there at the
Are we
counter
sure
too.
he's
And Will
alive?
Smith.
Hmm.
Well, we're not sure. Jay just goes like, "Oh, that guy's definitely an alien. Look at the way he looks." And then Frank gets attacked by that statement. He feels so offended. But then Kay starts shaking him.
What a fucking scene.
Shaking a dog in the street.
Yeah, and Jay's
Everyone's
trying to make
looking
up
at
any
him.
excuse. He's like, "Oh, the dog owes him money. It's fine."
Why do I feel like that's like an actual like conversation that's been had in New York? Like
I can. I'm from
I
every
can neither
depiction I've
confirm nor
seen.
deny these
From every depiction I've
accusations.
seen of New York, that feels accurate.
like exactly. Like I've been to New York one or twice, and that just feels like it would be normal.
Did you see a guy on the
Very
street
on
shaking
brand.
a small dog?
I don't know if he's listening, so I don't know if I should answer.
Wait, what?
You think he's gonna come after you?
He's gonna come after me. It's definitely gonna be that guy.
It's gonna be Kay. That's fair.
All right, Devin's seen some shit.
I didn't see nothing.
You're right. You're absolutely right, Devin.
Oh God! What else about this movie?
So how do you feel about the morgue chick?
She's woke. She knows what's up. She's not falling for the government conspiracies, right?
I mean, she does forcefully several times because she gets zip zapped in the
Surely
brain.
the neuralizer has like diminishing returns, right? Like
Cancer.
after prolonged exposure.
Well, that's what
I'm
Jay's
talking
that's
about.
what Jay's worried about.
Which is valid. I think he's onto something. Surely there's like drawbacks to that, right? Like, it has to be. Like, how many times can you just wipe your fucking prefrontal lobe and like get away with it without it having permanent damage done? You know.
At least 6.
But yeah, like I am convinced that it has diminishing returns because surely that doctor started remembering stuff, right? Like surely just even a little bit.
You mean like when she's holding the cat and she looks into the marble and goes, "Whoa, I shouldn't be
Yeah,
doing
like,
shrooms
surely-
at work."
All I'm saying is like that Orion's belt, if you will, definitely jogs some memories that were meant to be suppressed and wiped clean, but a couple remnants were there. That's all I'm saying, man. Too much exposure to a neuralizer, definitely starts losing its effectiveness.
Didn't they like
I'm
flash her
convinced.
like 6 times in a row?
She does get hit a lot. Yeah.
And like even like Jay like has to like quickly like throw his glasses back on like several times. Like what the fuck?
It's like they wiped the canvas, but they forgot to write the memory in, so they have to like do it again. And you're like, hey, I'm not done talking to you. It's like, well, we gotta give her a new memory already. So
I remember
hurry
it was
it up.
more along the lines of like they kept having the conversation in front of her. That's what I remember of that scene.
She also gets her memory wiped in the beginning of the movie as well, because the very first part of the movie where that guy, the alien, jumps off the roof, and the woman who comes in and goes like, "I believe you. Come with me to the medical office," and then immediately
Tommy Lee
gets
Jones
zapped.
says,
That's
"Not
her.
so fast."
I don't remember that part.
Yeah, it's when he's getting, he gets interrogated by the good cop the good cop bad cop routine.
He was
then they leave, and he's just sitting there, and then she comes in and goes like, "Hey, I believe you. You got to come check this shit out. It's crazy." And then Kay walks in, zaps her, and she goes off she forgets again, and then just goes off and does whatever.
Does basic human
So Will
things.
Smith is getting roasted by internal affairs, and also the patrol officer that couldn't keep up with him on the chase. And so they're having it out in that room. And then the mortician comes in. She's like, "Yo, I believe you. Come check out this fucking body we've recovered." And then Tommy Lee Jones goes like, "No, you won't. All right, thank you." Unplugs the fucking camera in the room just nonchalantly,
He probably zaps
and then wipes what.
I feel like some people in like that organization probably just walk with that thing constantly going off as they're walking, like the introverts.
Oh, absolutely. They have an itchy trigger finger, but it's for the
it's not even an
neuralizer.
itchy trigger finger. It's just constantly on the button that sets it off as they're walking by. Like, I don't want anyone to remember my existence.
To be fair, they do a whole lot of things that just kind of they don't address. Like the end of the movie where, like a UFO or whatever not whatever. It's the end scene where he tries to escape on the UFO, and also they drive the Batmobile on the ceiling of the Lincoln Tunnel.
Yeah, all those people.
Cool scene, by the way.
It's all in the tabloids, so it's just never addressed by anyone in
New
Men in Black.
Weird shit happens here.
That's how mafia works.
No, Devin's right. Also, I wonder how much money the New York Post paid to have their fucking free advertising in that movie.
Or Marlboro.
Well, not free, but that too. Well, Big Nicotine had all the money.
Smoking's
But New York
cool,
Post, you think New York Post is making bank back in the 90s?
Marlboro was making fuckloads of money.
Definitely more than now. I'll tell you that much.
Touche.
Hey, you're making
They
shit
didn't have
anymore.
to put on the box at that time, this will kill you.
Anyway, my favorite part of this chick is the fact that she's set up to be Jay's new partner and then disappears from the series after this.
Ceases to exist.
Oh, no. You think she got in the field?
No, the lore apparently is that she just goes back to being a medical examiner, but like still working for the MIB. So like
Makes sense.
she's still there, but she's not an agent out in the field. She just was like, the Blade calls me, and they're like, "You trying to be a samurai?" And she's like, "No." She picks up a scalpel.
While you were busy studying or learning about aliens, I was studying the Blade.
I like to think that she went on a call with Jay, and things just got like real bad real quick, and she was like, "I'm not cut out for this, Jay. I got to go back to the morgue."
Hold on. Speaking of sequels,
To be fair, she does call out the fact that she hates the living. Basically, she has a quote like towards the at some point in the movie where she goes like, "Man, I just hate the living." It's just,
You know what? Mood, girl, mood.
this reminds me of a thing. Speaking of like sequels, so I watched this show called Corridor Digital, and they have the behind the scenes, like where they have another popular show called VFX Artists React, and they actually had the guy who did like all the prosthetics and everything like that for like both films, for all the aliens and everything like that. There's a scene where he's in the movie. You remember the mailroom scene? Like where like the one alien like flips himself off the top of another one. He's just sitting there on the floor, and he's just a weird redhead with like half a body. Yeah, that. Yeah, in the second one. Yeah. He was actually he actually worked on the movie, he was like the one that like designed the set and everything for that movie. And the reason why he was picked for that scene is they said, shit, we need someone who like looks like an alien but isn't an alien. And they just looked around the room and they saw him. He goes, that guy. And so because he looks really weird, like he's like a normal looking dude, but he's just like a little off looking. like missing some hair, big ass ears, some buck teeth and everything like that. Like he's just an off. Like that dude looks like an alien, so they got him, and he just played in the movie as an alien for like 2 seconds. It's the funniest shit on the planet.
That reminds me too from this movie where they're talking to the guy's wife who the bug took over, and Jade picks up the picture of him in the frame and says something like, "Man, this guy's ugly," or "He looked like an alien before the alien got him," or something like that. Oh, I don't know.
Have some sugar.
Even though he's like just a normal looking guy before at that point, he does not look like that bad at all.
Can I have some sugar water?
More.
That was the
more.
I love how she does even like she goes from one scoop to just instinctually knowing he wants the whole goddamn thing, doesn't he?
That was the grossest thing.
There was no like easing into it. It was one scoop, one more. All right, cool. Have the whole fucking cup. Here you go.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, any other pressing issues?
Yes. The scene where Kay is like yelling at him to eat him. That was
Devin had some feelings.
Eat me. Doing jumping jacks in front of him.
Like I remember as a kid going like, why would he want that? This is the most terrifying thing on the planet. And then like obviously shooting him in from the inside, still fucking disgusting, but like
he really likes that gun. Oh, sorry, are you done?
Yeah, that's essentially it. It was just I was just making a vor joke, that's all.
No, it's great. I love it. What I don't love is the scene directly following this.
Where they're sitting on the ground and it's like slowly crawling to them in the background.
Well, no, not even that. It's just that it's when they pull up in the car after this whole thing, they pull up in the car to the agency and they are fucking spotless. K and J are fucking spotless. They look like they just rolled out of the shower and they got fresh pressed suits on. And then you get a quick 5 seconds of the morgue woman, and she's still covered in dirt and grass and shit from being in the tree and then falling out of the tree and getting dragged along the ground. She looks like she just got done rolling around in the mud, and they look like they just got out of their dry cleaners after being covered in alien goo.
I believe that they have a gun for that.
But use it on her.
Fuck her.
What do you
probably
mean?
Only works on suits,
but that doesn't cover their skin and hair and everything else.
That's what hoses are for, and open windows.
Listen, the
while driving.
Batmobile got them covered, bro. You ain't gotta sweat it, all right?
I need there to be consistency in my alien movie. Where's the realism? Where's the continuity?
Oh, you sound like me.
You don't ever want to sound like Devin.
I don't. That's why I'll stop. I'll stop now. Okay. Did we do it?
I think we did it.
We did something.
Part of it. We did something. That is true.
We definitely talked about things.
Most of it was Men in Black, but there was also some other like side tangents in there.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. This is only going on the Patreon, correct?
No, this is going on the normal Panda View feed.
Okay.
But shout out to Twigo.
Hey,
yes,
for making this all happen.
You did this to me.
All right. Yes. You had fun, probably.
I enjoyed this.
He had fun not watching the movie.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen it.
He had fun reminiscing about it.
I remember a lot of it.
He did pretty good.
Surprisingly, you did pretty good.
You did pretty good.
I've seen
I can't believe you maintained this much memory.
Again, I've watched this film like at least 30 times as a kid. I had it on VHS. I remember it vividly. I even had the soundtrack to you
were real deep in the trenches. What the fuck?
On a CD. Yeah. I'm surprised it wasn't on a floppy.
Well, you never put music on a floppy back then.
I'm surprised it wasn't on a save icon.
I hate you. I hate you. And you're thinking of a cassette player. No.
I mean, you could put half a song on a floppy disk. I can't believe
you had a fucking movie soundtrack in like the 90s or early 200s.
It was mostly just like
it was
hold on, I want to see because I wonder what songs were man in Black.
This was the height of like Will Smith's music career too. So he did the outro music to the show,
going crazy.
The show, the movie.
I was going sicko mode.
Yeah, it's called Men in Black, the album.
Nice.
No, yeah, there's a ton of them. I wonder how many of them are by Will Smith.
That reminds me of the scene in the movie too, where they're in like the trinkets room, and one of the first things Kay shows him is like he pulls up this little like CD looking thing, and he goes, "This is gonna replace." Does he say that it's going to replace CDs soon? I think that's what he says. It's just like a smaller CD, or maybe he says VHS.
To be fair,
like
at that time,
know.
that was like the thing. Was like, oh look, a tiny CD.
Yeah, this one was like if it was like the size of your finger though. And so this one was minuscule comparison.
Oh, the 90s.
All right. You ready to hear some funny ha-has that I found on the internet? And by the internet, I mean letterbox.com.
Lay them on
Absolutely. My favorite part.
So I'm not going to lie. This one was a little tough this time. I was a little starved for good content here. Everyone just wholeheartedly agrees that Men in Black is just a good movie and doesn't want to clown on it. But I managed to scrounge up a couple of good ones. So
before
not necessarily bad opinions, just people with stories to tell.
But before you go on, I do have to ask if you could tell me immediately, how old are some of these reviews?
Most of these reviews are within 5 years. Let's see. Okay. This one, 2020, 2019. There's one here from 2016. It's not one that I was planning to read, but it's from 2016. So there's some old ones in there.
Gotcha.
Anyway, so first one, short and sweet, and kind of because we already talked about it already. One of the best, most accurate movies about living in New York City. That was a 4-star review.
It really makes you wonder how often you just pass an alien on the street and you don't even know.
Yeah. What was the number he gave? Like 1,200 or something? There's like 1,200 aliens. 15. And most of them were in New York City. Fucking hell.
Someone's got to live in the sewers.
I don't think they're living on the sewers.
Yeah, they're living as normal people, clearly, and animals in Frank's case.
You think those gators in the sewers are actual gators? Surely those are aliens.
I think they've evolved to something beyond gators.
Somehow, I've seen the sequel 3 or 4 times, but never the original. This is a review on the original Men in Black, by the way. There's more. It's really good, though. I take offense at them looking at a photo of not fucked up Vincent D'Onofrio, and saying he was ugly to begin with.
Oh, yeah, that was heinous. What the fuck?
Those twisted little aliens with the coffee and cigarettes are sort of the original Minions when you think about it.
Oh, if they reboot it and we see Minions in the background hanging out with Marlboros in their mouth.
Yeah, but then they unzip and like halfway, like Patrick in the gorilla suit. Or vice versa.
I need this. I need this so bad.
Like that.
I need this more than you could ever understand.
When he's like riding the elevator around or down, and you see all the aliens in that like lobby. I just need like that SpongeBob and Patrick with like over there. I need a Minion in there. I need every weird little thing like Rick and Morty over in the corner.
Oh, I also just want to rewind to talking about the actual movie quickly, because there's that one screen that they have when he first goes to when he first gets there after signing on for the job. They have that screen of people that are aliens that they're just monitoring. Yep. And I looked really hard at it to try and find anyone that I recognized. And I could only, because I figured they'd put famous people up there for the fun of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I could only tell one, and
Sylvester Stallone.
One was Sylvester Stallone. That was the only one I could recognize.
If you have a photo of it, I could probably, because being an old man here, I could probably point out a couple.
I wanted to pause and like analyze it, but after a quick skimming, I'm like, I don't think this would be much.
Yeah, I
good use of my time.
If there were more actual celebrities on there, then I'm pretty sure
they all were.
I wouldn't doubt it, but I didn't recognize a damn one of them except for Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, this movie came out in 97. Probably half those people I would not recognize, at least not in their current or in their depiction in that movie. You know what I mean?
So, third comment. This movie tormented my family because for years and years, my dad thought that comedy had reached its peak with Frank the Pug, and he would talk about him endlessly. It took me 24 years to realize he was right. That's a 4.5 star review.
He was right.
This is one hell of an
Frank the
episode
Pug in,
purely
like,
off
every
these
single
fucking
sequel,
letterbox
though?
reviews.
I want to say yes, but it's been a while
hope
since
so.
I don't
'Cause I know
remember
he's
the
in
minute
second
details
one,
of
because I
him.
remember like there's a scene where he's
Yeah.
like crawling out of like the vines.
I cannot confirm the third one. I'm not actually sure if I watched the third one, to be
I know
honest
for
with
damn
you.
sure I didn't watch the third one.
Saying
It came out in like the early 2010s, but I don't remember if I saw it, which would have put me in high school.
Time is that the third one?
That's
yeah,
the
I
third
never
one.
saw that one.
did not watch it, but I know that
Because
plot.
I knew well enough that after the first one, you don't need another one. You really don't.
Hold on. The second one was good. I don't
you
remember any of the plot, but it was good.
I would agree that you didn't necessarily need one, but the second one was good enough. It was no first
That's
one,
what
but
I mean. It suffers from the first, trying to be the first one again, but it's just the second one.
yeah, I mean, I get it.
Like Avatar. What?
Well, All right, last up to the
Oh
plate.
boy.
Is not actually a whole review, although this person left a 4-star review that had 2 things on it. One was the statement, the theme song is timeless, with a heart. Okay, not very funny inherently. But secondly, they linked their own Marvel Comics movie ranking list.
Huh?
Because Men in Black is a Marvel movie.
Right.
So they just linked their own list of the best to worst Marvel movies.
Okay.
Now was this like, they just wrote it down in their review, or did they put a hyperlink to like their
It's a
blog or something?
hyperlink. It's a hyperlink in the
You
review
clicked on it?
to a. Of course, I clicked on it. What do you mean? I needed to investigate.
Oh no.
So apparently Letterboxd also works as just some kind of like blog website also, because he just has a running list here of every Marvel movie, including like random animated ones and shit I didn't know existed from years and years ago. I'm talking about here. They're like even the old Hulk movie here, like the death of the Incredible Hulk is on here. Howard the Duck is on here. The Tomb of Dracula. Like all of this old ass shit nobody even remembers exists is here. But Men in Black is on this list somewhere. I'm going to give you the number of movies on this list. I want you to tell me where Men in Black was ranked. There are 109 movies on this list.
I'm going to go
my
with
God.
4.
Number 5 has never let me down a day in my life.
Wow. You guys are no fun at all. Especially you, Justin.
Hello?
You just went with his thing, but went down one.
Yeah.
I mean, 5 is always my go-to number.
I said there's 109 movies on this list,
And I
you went
believe it's
4
making
and
top
5.
five, baby.
It's making top 5.
You guys are so wrong.
Oh, my
you guys are exceedingly wrong. They have real movies up there, like Avengers: Infinity War and Captain America:
Real
The
telling
Winter.
me that
movies
this isn't
says
a real
Infinity
movie
War.
in
Get the
your
fuck
eyes.
out of here.
Frank the Pug didn't reach you those talking aliens with cigarettes.
No, he did. I'm just not
like those weren't a vibe.
He did. I'm just not calling him I'm just not calling it a real Marvel movie. Fight me. Go ahead. His top 5, by the way, just for shits and grins, is Avengers: Infinity War, Cap America: Winter Soldier, Endgame, the original, the first Iron Man, and then Spider-Man: No Way Home. Now that that's set, oh wait, his number 6 is Spider-Man 2, the like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 2. Anyway, now that that's out of the way, Men in Black ranked 36th on his list,
That's not so bad.
right behind Spider-Man 3. Again, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 3. I should.
I
guess that
like
doesn't
Spider-Man
really need-
3 for nostalgia. I don't know if it's better than Men in
It's
Black.
not better than Men in
it's
Black. I'll
not.
tell you that much.
It's definitely not.
Also, Big Hero 6 is on here. Is Big Hero 6 Marvel?
Well, it's owned by Disney, so maybe this person is under the same
I
impression.
guess.
Also,
that's
no,
what
hold
they
on. I
did.
think it also might actually be Marvel. I might have to fact check that part of myself.
I didn't know this was a Marvel movie.
I don't think it is. I'm 90% sure it's
I'm pretty sure it's like a
not.
Marvel comic property, but it's also owned by Big Disney, so everything's Marvel and Disney at the same time.
Star Wars brought to you by
6.
Marvel. Brought to you by Disney.
Hold on,
So,
gotta do some research
Yeah,
here.
that is everything.
We've
done it.
We Doug Dimmadome did it.
We dug Dimma did it.
Dimma didn't.
Oh, okay. To answer your question, so Big Hero 6 is loose, or the movie Big Hero 6 is loosely based on the Marvel comic of the same name.
Oh, I
How
had no
loose
idea.
we talking?
I could
They
not
have
answer
the
that
same
question.
name. All right, Devin, if you could kindly.
Follow us on Instagram and Twitter
Okay.
at Panda Sightings. You can send us questions or requests at pandasightings@gmail.com. If you really want to get cool, be part of the real cool kids club, you go into our little link and you click on there and you'll see a Discord link where you'll see us all doing weird shit in there, like, pointing out random quotes of us on the, that we say in the channel and or on our episodes. Or you could even be cooler than that, like Twiggo did. You can go and support us financially and choose whatever dumb shit we have to talk about next. Obligatory.
Oh, actually, I can tell you. Wait, what did he say? I forgot.
I was
the
going to
name of
ask you about
already.
it. I know you mentioned it. I didn't know what it was.
Meteor Man.
Meteor Man is our next
We have
movie.
it next up because we're doing this so incredibly late that Twiggo already gave us the next recommendation. Gomen Twiggo-san. Meteor Man is up next on the docket. So if you're
What
listening
the
to
fuck
this,
is Meteor Man?
no idea. This is the first.
on,
this is
hold
the
on, hold
first
on.
movie that I have no idea what it's about.
So I was trying to talk to them briefly early this morning about it. I'm pretty sure I saw Meteor Man. It was definitely a fever dream. It was definitely a thing I saw one random Sunday afternoon on WPIX Channel 11, where they're just airing
it
a bunch
the
of random
Meteor
old
Man?
movies. I
Don't.
don't know. I know it's
I cannot
from what I
confirm.
remember,
This
it's
looks
about
a little interesting if that's the case.
I'm
I
afraid
don't
of what
want to
you're
know.
looking at.
Save it for
I'm
when we
pretty
get there.
sure the movie's about a black male lead character who essentially becomes Superman after making contact with the radioactive meteor. That is what I
It
think
looks
I
like
know.
it was made by the same people that made the Captain Planet, but like the SNL skit with Don Cheadle. It looks like it's made by the same
Well, that
guys
sounds awesome.
just based off of the picture of what I assume is the movie we are watching, it looks like it's going to be
That seems
definitely
likely.
very interesting to watch.
I guess we'll find out next time.
On Panda View Z.
Dun 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 dun.
Shout out to Twigo.
I'm stopping.
Did you stop?
Stop.
I've stopped.